When Carly, a sweet 4-year-old boxer mix, first arrived at the Cleveland APL, she was emaciated and suffered from a severe case of a skin condition called mange, leaving her nearly hairless. Her previous owner could no longer provide the care she needed and brought her to the APL. The APL veterinary team quickly went to work, providing Carly with the medical treatment she required for mange. They also put her on a feeding plan to help her gain weight.
When she came to us, we were able to, immediately give her the nutrition she needed, the medication she needed. The skin condition, although it's relatively easy to treat, it's costly. You need to use a medication that manages the mites, but then there's always really bad secondary infections. So we have to use antibiotics, antifungals, and typically something for the discomfort as well, because that could be a very painful condition. And we were able to do all of those things as soon as she got here.
After some time in a loving foster home, Carly began to flourish. She started gaining weight, and her coat began to grow back. But that wasn't the end of Carly's APL story. One day, Carly's foster mom noticed she was limping on her front legs and seemed uncomfortable. X-rays showed that Carly had severe arthritis in both elbows. The APL team recommended surgery on her joints to relieve her pain and improve her mobility.
She went on to make an amazing recovery, and she really deserved it. Without donations to the Second Chance program, these 3 major conditions that this sweet dog was suffering from wouldn't have been able to been treated. She deserved every bit of it, and I think just seeing her and her attitude alone shows how deserving she was.
I couldn't be more grateful for the support of the community, the animals that we're able to save, the medical care that our team is able to provide is second to none. We are here because people know we're here, they bring the animals in need to us, and because we know we have the support of the community providing us with donations that allow us to give the care that we do here.
Leo is a 2-year-old cat who arrived at the Cleveland APL when a Good Samaritan found him alone and injured. Once at the APL, Leo immediately was taken to our clinic for a thorough examination. Our dedicated veterinary team discovered that not only was he severely emaciated and dehydrated, but he also had a jaw injury and an eye that had come out of the socket. X-rays revealed that Leo's jaw was broken and would require surgery. Leo's protruding eye also needed to be removed.
Once we got pain managed, antibiotics on board, we were able to prioritize his issues. We knew the eye had to come out. So he had enucleation done, and that's removal of the entire eye. And also, at the same time, since he was a robust, stable patient, we were able to x-ray, locate the extent of his injury of his jaw, and wire his jaw. And wiring the jaw in a kitty, it's not that his jaw was wired closed. He had a little wire kind of underneath his chin holding this lower mandible together. And he would have to come in for regular rechecks, make sure that wire wasn't getting too tight, and at times have it placed under sedation. So all of this takes time, a lot of time.
The Good Samaritan who found him could not stop thinking of poor Leo and reached out, expressing a desire to adopt him. Because Leo had a long recovery ahead of him, the APL team offered a foster-to-adopt arrangement, which the Good Samaritan eagerly accepted. Leo would recover in his home until he was ready for adoption. After multiple checkups and a procedure to remove the wire from his jaw, Leo was officially adopted by the same person who saved him and is thriving now.
Without donations to the Second Chance program, animals like Leo might not have the very best pain medication. We use a pain medication that people use in private practice. They use in specialty clinics. And I personally am so grateful that we're able to give that to him. I feel fortunate every single day to have a fully stocked pharmacy that I never take for granted, that does not come cheap, that we know we can reach for what we need when the animal comes to us.
All of the animals that you've heard about tonight and so many others were supported by the amazing staff here at the APL, the medical team, but beyond that, our animal care team. Everybody who works here believes in these animals.
Pretzel, a 1-year-old American rabbit, came to us after a Good Samaritan found him injured in their front yard. Upon arrival, the APL team observed that he had severe leg injuries. which affected his mobility to move. X-rays showed that this sweet rabbit had fractures in his right front foot, along with a healed old fracture in his left back leg. To improve his mobility, the veterinary team placed a splint on his right front leg.
We brought him in, he was kept in our ICU area, and he was given antibiotics, pain medication to see, did he have the will? Was he gonna be able to make it through some major surgeries? I mean, it's just a tiny little bunny. And he did. He ate wonderfully. He loved romaine lettuce, he loved his hay, and he had that fight. He had the drive that we needed to be able to move forward with surgeries. We were able to work with an exotics specialist for Pretzel. So Pretzel was driven to an appointment and confirmed what we knew, that he had broken legs, one was very infected, and he ended up going back for surgery.
Sadly, it was determined that the best chance of giving him a good, pain-free quality of life was amputation. So little Pretzel underwent surgery to remove his right front and rear foot.
So without donations to the Second Chance program, animals like Pretzel wouldn't be able to go to not only the specialist, but wouldn't have been able to come to us in the first place to get those antibiotics and the pain medication that he needed immediately.
Following the surgery, Pretzel was placed in the home of a loving APL foster care volunteer, where he quickly overcame his challenges and adapted to his new way of getting around. From a lost, severely injured bunny, to happy patient at the APL, to now being loved by his new family, despite his special needs. Pretzel's journey and resilience have been nothing short of inspirational.
We believed that the community would want better for the animals that came to us, just like we want better for the animals who come to us. And the community has continued to come forward and support us with donations to allow us to care for animals like Pretzel.